Good morning, this is Royce. Welcome back at you with yet another fast food fave. And today on the docket, we're going to McDonald's. I'm loving it. And yes, it is the same night as the chicken nuggets that I tried. Um, so yeah, I'm still, but this is food that I have to do because this stuff does not stay well. And yes, it is the famous Shamrock shake. One of my favorite items from McDonald's, and probably my favorite seasonal item. Given that the only other one is McRib. Now let's try it. I love mint ice cream. I love mint flavor. It works well in ice cream, but you can only ever find it with like stuff in it, like mint chip. And I don't like stuff in my ice cream. This was originally going to be last week's fast food fave, but I had the tooth extraction, so I had to delay it. Plus, that lobster pizza is pretty dope. Now that it's been over a week since the incident, I can probably talk about it a little more. Um, my main worry is that if I explain it, y'all are going to take my cousin's side, which I don't take that kind of criticism well. Um, so, um, our apartment, our old apartment, has a 60-day notice of vacate. We told them we were going to vacate at the start of. We told them that we planned on vacating in late December. They said okay, and then they switched us to monthly. But then they said, well, you didn't actually say you were going to vacate, so we're going to charge you for March as well, which is bullshit. But whatever. Um, I don't know how that all is going to pan out because I don't. I. I'm in a very pissy mood right now. I don't know how I'm going to react to that tomorrow, but we'll see. Um, anyway, I didn't have the money for it. And then my cousin was like, and then my cousin leaps on me, oh, by the way, you also have to pay an extra $400 because I'm broke. I'm like, I can't pay that caliber. Um, so he came into my room without knocking, started yelling at me when I was in my underwear brushing my teeth. And told me he expects me to pay $800 tomorrow. Which, I don't. He thinks I can make $200 last me 2 weeks, which, isn't really feasible. Especially when I need to fill my car up with gas, go out and do my taxes with my mom and grandma, probably buy TurboTax, which is $200. He's my cousin lives in a fantasy world where all you need to live is ramen and soda. Like, the only difference between his diet and my diet is I eat vegetables on occasion. And he just kept raising his voice more and more. And he said, like, oh, he was literally saying, like, that he has every right to be angry, that I'm the villain. And then, he was. I finally snapped and started calling him, like saying, like, look, Caliber, I know you're. And I said some words that I shouldn't have said about his his mental conditions. I'm not a good person, okay? I'm not a perfect person. I'm a very flawed human being. I admit that. Just don't scream at me then, I said vile things about his mother. When I was a kid, I was very ableist. I believe that if I spent too much time around, I've explained this before. We lived in the shadow of, or like, Glenwood was home to a large mental hospital, a large state school that was mostly like, severely autistic kids, and they would send them to our school to, uh, like, socialize them, I guess. Give them a chance to hang out with normal kids. Um, and I was a very bad person. I was constantly like holding my breath around them because I was like, oh my god, if I breathe around them, I'll catch what they have. And it didn't get better into high school because when I was in high school and gym, they kept pairing me up with the mentally disabled kids, and I felt very offended by that. My senior year, I loaded my curriculum up with academics just so I wouldn't have to take gym. I've tried to make amends for my, you know, bigotry basically toward people on the spectrum. And like the weird thing is I might be autistic myself. I don't know. Because my mom was a bit of a weirdo with that. She was like, my children aren't, my children are all perfect. They couldn't possibly be autistic. I don't know. I'm getting a storage low thing. I gotta manage my inventory soon. Anyway, I did finally get the last laugh on my cousin, though. After 15 minutes of yelling at me, I finally said, like, hey, dumbass. Well, I didn't say dumbass, but by the way, you do know that window's open, right? And he immediately started clamming up. He was like, he was fine yelling at me when it was in private, but when it was being broadcast to the world, oh, suddenly, not so high and mighty. This is very good. What should I say about the Shamrock Shake? mint, not normally, not really, not actually something associated with St. Patrick's Day, but it is associated with green things. So that's how mint became associated with St. Patrick's Day. The reason why people wear green on St. Patrick's Day is because leprechauns can't see the color green and they like to pinch you, and that's why you pinch people who don't wear green. And my dad, who has green eyes, always said that because he has green eyes, he's immune to the pinching. My phone is yelling at me. I really gotta go. Y'all have a good one. Source Miller. I'm outie.